Quentin Tarantino is one of the most prolific filmmakers of all time, and he really made it in Hollywood despite being very controversial. It's controversial because all of his films feature sex, violence, drugs, and rock and roll. His bread and butter is shocking and outraging his audiences. Black characters have central roles in Tarantino's films, but often they're portrayed as bad guys. That's maybe because all of Quentin Tarantino's characters are often murderers, criminals, or gangsters. But the question we want to look at and focus on is Quentin Tarantino using black characters and black culture as a commodification of their struggles in America? We're going to look at certain key scenes that we're going to select and try and unpack them and analyze if that's the case. But first, who is this guy? Quentin Tarantino was born in Knoxville, Tennessee, to an Italian father and a mother with Irish and Native roots. He moved to Torrance, California as a young teen, and he lived there for most of his life, where he developed a love for cinema. Though he wrote his first script at 10, Tarantino built up an incredible knowledge of cinema working at a video store in Manhattan Beach in the 80s. He surprised the world with his first neo-noir debut film, Reservoir Dogs, in 1992, and his career took off from there. A search of IE's libraries gave me about 6,000 results for the name Quentin Tarantino. There's no doubt that this is one of the most studied filmmakers of all time. The students love to write about him, and they come up with all sorts of great ideas, and that's because according to some experts like Dr. Garstois, the head of film studies at Uxbridge College, there's just a wealth of information in here from a cinematic point of view. You could study genre studies, new wave French cinema. You could look at gender or racial representation in films through the work of Quentin Tarantino.
I'm still a mystery to you, but I know exactly where your white ass is coming from. See, if I ask if you want some dinner, and you get the egg roll and start to try down, I say to myself, this motherfucker, he's carrying on like he ain't got a care in the world, and who knows? Maybe he don't.
Fuhr ich da mit dem Schiff?
Ja.
Geschah die Reise gegen meinen Willen?
Ja.
Auf der Schiffsreise lag ich da in Ketten.
Ja.
Als ich in Amerika ankam, wurde ich da in Ketten zur Schau gestellt.
Ja.
Bin ich die Geschichte des Negers in Amerika?
Nein.
Also dann muss ich King Kong sein.
Ah.
Let's unpack this iconic scene from 1995's Academy Award winner for Best Original Screenplay.
God damn, Jimmy. This is some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us. What flavor is this?
Knock it off, Julie.
What?
I don't need you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it. I know how good it is. When Bonnie goes shopping, she buys shit. I buy the gourmet expensive stuff because when I drink it, I want to taste it. But you know what's on my mind right now? It ain't the coffee in my kitchen. It's the dead nigger in my garage.
Oh, Jimmy, don't even worry about it.
No. Look at me, don't think about anything. I want to ask you a question. When you came pulling in here, did you notice a sign out in the front of my house that said dead nigger storage?
Jimmy, you know I ain't seen no shit.
Did you notice a sign in the front of my house that said dead nigger storage?
No, I didn't.
You know why you didn't see that sign?
Why?
Because it ain't there, because storing dead niggers ain't my fucking business. That's why.
Jimmy, we're not gonna store them.
No. Don't you fucking realize, man, that if Bonnie comes home and finds a dead body in her house, I'm gonna get divorced? All right, no marriage counseling, no trial separation. I'm gonna get fucking divorced, okay? And I don't want to get fucking divorced. I mean, you know, fuck. I mean, I want to help you, but I don't want to lose my wife doing it, all right?
Why did Quentin write himself into a scene where he would use the N-word like that? Isn't it weird? Apparently, according to the story, his character, Jimmy, is even married to a black woman. According to Adili Funama, who's a professor of African American studies from California, that's because in this scene, Tarantino wants to show what Nama calls a run-of-the-mill domesticated racism, where these white guys are okay being racist at home because that's where they're comfortable, even though they'd never do that out there in society. Let's have a look at another scene from 1997's Jackie Brown, which was kind of an homage to blaxploitation films like Foxy Brown or Shaft.
Now, the first time I do it, they're looking around. They see me hand the 10,000 to someone.
Who?
I don't know, a friend of yours,
Like a woman?
if you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking a woman. Wait a minute. If they're gonna let you go, how come we don't bring all the cash in the first time?
Because I don't trust him. Now, the next trip, when I bring in the half meals, it's going to look like I'm doing the same thing as I did before.
But you don't?
No, I hand it to someone else first.
And they follow the wrong one, thinking she bringing the money to me.
Hey, that's the idea.
So we gonna need two women.
Can you cover that?
Yeah, I got the women covered.
Tarantino showcases Pam Grier as Jackie Brown, who's a beautiful, smart, and classy woman. The film reveals itself not to be so much about race, even though it has these very heavy racial undertones, but it's actually more about class. And that's because Jackie Brown is a frustrated working class woman who makes money on the side as a drug mule, and she's had enough. She's not getting any younger. She decides to take on her boss, the drug-dealing gun runner. What the film is a power struggle between two brilliant black minds and a black woman emerging victorious.
Say, Jackie, that's you?
Yeah.
God damn, girl. What you doing sitting off in here in the dark?
Ray's got a gun!
Quentin Tarantino's not shy about race. We've seen that. But he really went for it when he made Django Unchained. In these scenes that we're about to watch, which are set in historical Greenville, Mississippi, let's just say these are some of the most graphic representations of violence that I've ever seen in cinema.
Keep going.
Come on over. We got us a fight going on that's a good bit of fun.
Use your strength, boy! Come on now, use your strength! There you go! Look at that! See, I told you. Do what I told you, boy! There you go! No! Do what I told you! Grab him back, boy! Grab him back!
Oh, no.
Finish him.
Go on, boy,
Finish him.
That's why they call him Big Fred. Worth every penny.
Well, arrivederci, Luigi. Come on up now, boy. Get yourself a rest. You did a fine job, a real fine job.
Did we just watch two black slaves beat each other to death? Yes. But we also saw a metaphor for sports in America, where white team owners broadcast black athletes getting their bodies battered and bruised and destroyed and make vast amounts of money from that. Later in the movie, Django the hero and Stephen the house slave square off. According to Adili Funama's analysis, when Stephen and Django occupy the same cinematic frame, they symbolize an ongoing and strident ideological divide within black political discourse over whether accommodationism or militancy is the most effective approach towards gaining racial justice in America.
You ain't gonna get away with this, Django. They gonna catch your black ass. You gonna be on the wanted posters now, nigga. The bounty hunter's gonna be looking for you.
Samuel L. Jackson has starred in 7 of the films that Tarantino's written or directed. So few black people are in a position to know Tarantino in such a personal and intimate way. When he was asked about whether Tarantino was a racist, here's what he had to say.
He has enough problem being vilified himself as a racist because he uses nigger in his scripts that much or puts those kinds of words in characters' mouths. But, you know, I always tell people, I don't understand why they can't look at his work and realize that every character he's ever given me has pretty much been the smartest character in the film. And for him to write characters like that for me would be impossible for a racist to do.
I think Samuel hit the nail on the head. If we go back to Nama, the academic actually agrees with the actor. He says that when people are offended by Quentin Tarantino's films, it's the case of black respectability, which is basically what he calls a conservative approach in which we try to retell only positive stories from American black history in order to influence a positive perception of black people in America today. I don't think Quentin Tarantino is a racist. I think he's an ambitious filmmaker who's obsessed with cinematic traditions. When Quentin Tarantino makes a film, he pays a very specific attention to historical and cultural references and accuracy. So the question still stands. Is Quentin Tarantino misrepresenting black culture for entertainment purposes? I don't think so. I think he's representing black culture accurately in a society where deviant behavior is tolerated by non-black people, but not for black people because of a double standard that also exists in the American justice system and society. Whether you as a viewer find his films patronizing or valuable or educational or entertaining is up to you at the end of the day. And that is the point of cinema.
Call me out, chicken chain. Told me again.
Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man.